Saxophiles. This is Elizabeth at the Ashland branch, here with another poetry break. This month, we have poems about winter. So let's get started. The first poem I have for you today is New Year by Dilruba Ahmed. Last night, something tunneled through the elms, but at sunrise, I found just white light, biting my eyelids, salt rubbed on a wound. Batons of ice fell from the power lines, soundless but still emphatic. Then the rain churned the snow to soap scum, waxing cars with winter's lichen, patchy in the strange, uneven fur of newborns. And still I was childless. One cardinal lodged on a branch, a blood drop striking water before the slow dispersion. Our next one is Winter Trees by William Carlos Williams. All the complicated details of the attiring and disattiring are completed. A liquid moon moves gently among the long branches. Thus, having prepared their buds against a sure winter, the wise trees stand sleeping in the cold. Our next one is titled Winter Journal, Gray Shadings by Emily Wilson. Barely discerned clouds, hard to get here. What worth, river of steel, river of no one becoming you. Trees that are emptier today, more forced in their forms. To focus on them is to be made glad of them in their strangeness. The earth extrudes through them towards emptiness, the few elms dismembering the willow's bloom above shore like a curtaining. To focus on it is to be mostly taken into its tapes and its filters. It is lost to the surface of this river, the dull, impenetrable, intractable surface, resisting, unetchable. Now, the faint rain. I don't know what to do with all this waiting. Things getting themselves ready towards emptiness. The scratchy, shattering elm, its crimped skin, its exfoliating, its rivening, its being disfigured by fortune and by wind. A crone with old frills at her hair, the grasp of her towards me. Next, we have The Darkling Thrush by Thomas Hardy. I leant upon a coppice gate when frost was spectre gray, and winter's dregs made desolate the weakening eye of day. The tangled vine stems scored the sky, the strings like broken lyres, and all mankind that haunted nigh had sought their household fires. The land's sharp features seemed to be the century's corpse outlinked, his crypt the cloudy canopy, the wind his death lament. The ancient pulse of germ and birth was shrunken hard and dry, and every spirit upon earth seemed feverless as I. At once a voice arose among the bleak twigs overhead, in a full-hearted evensong of joy illimited. An aged thrush, frail, gaunt, and small, in blast beruffled plume, had chosen thus to fling his soul upon the growing gloom. So little cause for carolings of such ecstatic sound was written on terrestrial things afar and nigh around. That I could think there trembled, though, his happy good-night air, some blessed hope whereof he knew, and I was unaware. Next, we have Bleak Weather by Ella Wheeler Cox. Dear love, where the red lilies blossomed and grew, the white snows are falling. And all through the wood where I wandered with you, the loud winds are calling. And the robin that piped to us tune upon tune, 'neath the elm, you remember, over treetop and mountain has followed the June and left us, December. Has left like a friend that is true in the sun and false in the shadows. He hath found new delights in the land where he's gone, greener woodlands and meadows. What care we? Let him go. Let the snow shroud the lea, let it drift on the heather. We can sing through it all. I have you, you have me, and we'll laugh at the weather. The old year may die, and a new one be born that is bleaker and colder. But it cannot dismay us. We dare it, we scorn, for love makes us bolder. Ah, robin, sing loud on the far distant lea, thou friend in fair weather. But here's a song sung that's fuller of glee by two warm hearts together. Our next one is Self-Portrait with Crow by William Archila. As I punch the time clock, I know men will be gunned down at dawn in a distant continent. Someone will dart into a cafe with a bomb nestled in the belly. By the roadside, a woman will moan over the body of a man, shrunken, stretched on the earth. That God will finger the forehead of a dying country, all of it funneled through the news on TV. But tonight, instead of tuning in, I'm going to kneel beside the window, recognize myself in the croak of a crow high above the black tree of winter. Claws hooked and rough, wings swept back and hunched, face masked with exhaust. I'm going to try, even if I fail, to see myself whole, complete in the cry, in the beak of the crow. And our last poem for today is Lines for Winter by Dave Lucas. Poor muse, north wind, or any god who blusters bleak across the lake and sows the earth deep with ice. A horror of fur stung across the vines, here the leaves in full flush, here abandoned to four and farther winds. Bless us, any god who crabs the apples and seeds the leaf and needle evergreen. What a whispered catastrophe, winter. What a long night beyond the lamplight, the windows and the frost-burned glass. Bless the traveler and the hearth he travels to. Bless our rough hands, wind-scabbed lips. Bless this, our miscreant psalm. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you next month with some more poems.